another fast lightning thing I want to show you is a term called concatenation. And concatenation simply means, let's create a variable called item 8 is pretty much just means we're combining two things. So we could do 1 and 2. And so if we would log item 8 now, we have 1, 2. It combined the two strings. Pretty straightforward. This gets a little bit more complex where you could do a string to a variable, and you can see it's the exact same thing. JavaScript doesn't care. It's just going to replace the variable with whatever the value is there. Now, where it gets weird is if you remember way back, we talked about it's really important to keep track of what's a number versus a string. That's because if you would do the plus with, if you would do, let's actually just keep that code there for reference. If we would do item 9 is equal to 1 plus 1, and we would log it, it's actually just going to do the math. That's called an operation. So you guys can add 1 plus 1, it equals 2. That's all it's doing. You could do this with multiplication or subtraction. The arithmetic works. Now, what if we did 1 plus 1? And I'll just comment that out so we can keep track of everything. This is either going to tell us if I refresh the page 2, or maybe it will show us 11 because it's putting two strings together. And it does. So that can kind of get confusing because we lost track of what's a number and what's a string, and suddenly our code is wrong, and we're not keeping track of what our types are for our different variables. Now, just to kind of add to this one last time, if you would add a string plus a number, is that going to show 1? Is it going to show 2, or something completely different? If I hit refresh, it shows 11 because JavaScript's automatically going to assume you didn't actually try to add a string to a number and assume you're trying to just have them be strings. And for that reason, just keep track of what's a number, keep track of what's a string, and it will help you when we start doing more complex stuff with JavaScript.